Hello there, everyone. I am Ben the Bold, and welcome back to another episode of our Albion campaign. So, today we are going to start to try to keep colonizing, of course, but also expand in the northern Germanic region. Yes, that is going to give me a ton of tribesmen, as well as reduce my research ratio, so I'm not necessarily sure that this is the best idea, but hey, I cannot resist owning the entirety of what I'm going to go ahead and call the Great White Albion North. So, I'm going to go ahead and unpause the game. I think the very first thing I'm going to do is take this monthly governor loyalty invention. I just think that'll help us out in the long run. I also have a bunch of troops that I need to go ahead and move back away from the border. Let's go ahead and just move them up north. Now, they are going to take some attrition up there, except for those couple of armies that I made. Ooh, I could have them demand resignation. They're a governor. I don't really want to do that. I'm okay losing a couple popularity. No, I'm going to do that. Lose 200 gold. They lose 10 loyalty, but they are very loyal anyway. Let's go ahead and just start meandering our armies back up to the north. Let's have you go to there. You are taking attrition where you're standing. We'll have you go there. And you can go here. We have just finished our claim. And so we will begin to look to start another war on the mainland, this time in Germany. Now, this one is going to be, I'm not super worried about it because just like the last war we fought, they have 0 martial advances and all of their allies probably also have 0 martial advances. So, I'm not super worried about losing a ton of men here. I just know that when I declare war on the, who are these? The Chokians, they are going to pretty much pull in all of their Germanic brothers. I am okay with that. I will beat them all back if I have to. I'm going to go ahead and accept some trade. Leave that one where it is. Let's look at our colonization. So, they did come in and take some slaves. I don't remember where all my Iceni slaves ended up. Let's see. If I just try to move some Iceni slaves to this... Well, I can't move anyone to there. What about here? So I can move 3 Iceni slaves here, which is not going to give me enough Iceni slaves to colonize. So, let's go ahead and do this again. I'm going to move... Let's just say... a bunch of Iceni slaves all the way from mainland, well, not really mainland Europe, our main hub in the Great British Isles. I'm going to just move a ton of Iceni slaves here. Yep, you have plenty. Now let's go ahead and start this train a-moving. Oh, can I not move them across the channel? I swear I did that earlier. No, I swear I moved them across the channel earlier. I don't know why I am not able to do that now. Looks like we have a death. That's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and just pause this real quick. See if I can get this sorted out. I mean, I could just keep moving. Well... I guess in the meantime, I will have to just focus in on culture converting, at least for a little while longer, although maybe I have done this quite a bit. Yeah, if you actually look, I have majority Iceni population here. Oh yes, this is actually all working out well, it's just, do I have the slaves for it? Let's see, if I go here, how many Iceni slaves can I move to this region? Ooh, quite a bit. Here we go. Now we'll move these 6 Iceni slaves, plus another. Move them again. We just keep on moving them everywhere. This is the nature of the colonization game. In fact, I think I'm actually going to, not necessarily put a cut in here, but I think I'm actually going to speed this video up, because I don't really see why everyone would want to watch me just colonize. I'm going to speed this video up, just see how much colonization I can do. See where, and I'll see where we are in just a second. Alright, so I have pushed our colonization a little bit farther. I colonized until I ran out of money. This gravy train cost a lot of money to keep on moving. Of course, most of that's just because I was colonizing while paused. If I wasn't paused, I was going to... I mean, I'm making, what, 36 gold per month? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and hit that unpause button, start racking up some of that gold back. In the meantime, I do have a couple new provinces and in a new region, so I need a governor. Let's go ahead and look at you. Let's see. You're pretty loyal. You're only 17. What do you have? Local slave happiness. If governor, I think I'm going to go ahead and choose you. Good. Oh no! And it looks like our great and glorious emperor has passed away. He has led us into the new age of Albion dominance, both in Great Britain as well as on mainland Europe. He will be missed and mourned tremendously. He was not necessarily the smartest ruler, but he had grand ambitions and he was very greedy and just wanted all of the land. So, unfortunately, our emperor is dead, but long live the new emperor, Luctarius II. Let us see. He is a better marshal. He is a better finesse. He is significantly worse at charisma and pretty in zeal. He does have a wife. She is okay in charisma. And he does have a son, Divicacus, who will one day rule the Iceni people and the Albion people, the Albion Empire. He is 11 years old. When he reaches age, we will want to give him a spouse so that he can also be fruitful and create new heirs for our dynasty. He is also has a little brother, and our emperor does have a younger son. He's going to be a pretender. He's only 3 years old. He's, after all, his ambition is just to grow up. So, our legitimacy isn't great, and actually our legitimacy is going down every single month, and that's because of unpopular ruler, negative stability, and support for pretenders. So, we will have to try to remedy that fact. In the meantime, let's just keep on assigning titles. You're a little bit more loyal. You'll give us more political influence gain. I'm happy with you taking over the role of steward, even though, yeah, we'll choose you. It's only going to give us national tax rate up 5%. That's okay. And we need a new researcher. I vote you. You are kind of great at researching, so you get that role. And let's, alright, let's keep going. So, as you can see, I took this chunk of land in colonization. I'm going to let the treasury tick back up, then I'll probably do one of these colonizing runs again. Actually, can I go ahead and start moving some pops? Yes, I can. Yeah, now that I'm unpaused, I'm going to be making just about enough money to just keep the colonization train rolling. And in fact, we're just going to go ahead and do that for a second. I did expand quite a bit while we had that video sped up there, but now, unfortunately, you just get to watch me move some boring pops around. But you do get to see the Albion people continuing to grow their influence and do it very, very quickly. We also are hopefully letting our manpower reserves tick up rather nicely. They are actually going up very quickly indeed. Colonize you. Oh no. And it appears I cannot... Oh, there we go. Oh, it's because I was out of money. Well. Oh, I need 5 gold required. I completely have run out of money now. Anyway, Albion continues to grow. Eventually, Albion will stretch the entire continent. Let's go ahead. Ooh, I don't want those 20 sacks just to sit in there. Is this just one army? No, it's 2 armies. Let's have you go here. And I think I am going to go ahead and declare war. They are going to have quite a number of allies, but I think there's not going to be much they can do to push us back. And with 57,000 men in the bank, I think we are going to be fine. So let us go ahead and take Chasuria. Again, they have 0 martial advances. That's very helpful. Let's see. Where's a good sieging army? Do they have any provinces to siege? Yes, they have a fort here. I'm just going to take those 10,000 archers and move them towards that fort. Move these 10,000 men there. These 10,000 men there. Let's get these men ready to support. You can go here. Or actually, you are going to go straight to their capital and maybe siege it down. And you are going to come here and support. Alright, so we're going to lose a lot of men in attrition here just because their provinces are so weak, basically. Let's go ahead and move this navy and just shut down some of these ports. Looks like we are going to fight our first battle. Oh, this isn't even going to be a contest. We have significantly better tech as well as better generals. They're going to try to move in 9,000 men. I think that's going to be a fool's errand because I'm going to move in quite a few number of men as well. We did lose actually more men than they did, but we have more men to spare, I believe. Let's go ahead and get ready. I do not want them going here anymore. Let's move them to there and let this army... We'll have that. So unfortunately we are not going to be able to blitz for their capital fort. That's going to be fine. Let's have you come here. You can go there too. You go here. We are going to continue to take slaves. As we take slaves, I've kind of been neglecting... Oh look, they've hired some mercenaries, but they're not going to be able to do anything. As they take slaves, I have been kind of neglecting my my homeland, the Great British Isles, and I really shouldn't be, because it's very important to keep this being the breadbasket of the Albion Empire. I should keep in mind that, yes, I am still losing food here, so I think what I'm going to do is actually stop importing wild game. Yes. I will cancel that trade route. That's okay, and instead I'm going to import some grain from myself. And that immediately is going to get us back in the positive food-wise. Now let's actually take a look at some of these places. I can build significantly more buildings here, and I can build a couple more buildings here as well. I'm going to go ahead and build a new aqueduct here. Just because I am currently... You know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and build 2 new aqueducts because I have a feeling I'm going to be pushing a lot of slaves toward Venta. I am currently working on culture conversion. I might consider... How many pops? Yeah, I might consider... because I'm actually almost... Yeah, so I might consider building some temples in Venta as well. Venta is nice and strong. Let's take a look elsewhere. You seem to be doing pretty decently. I don't have enough money to buy another building, but we'll hold off for now. I do have enough... Ooh, what's happening here? She may become more ambitious. She is very loyal, and she is currently gaining loyalty every month. So I'm going to go ahead and say that nonsense. She's doing a fine job. She'll take some more cohorts. Looks like I've taken a bunch more slaves. That's perfect. And I've captured one of their generals. That is good as well. Let us keep on moving inward. You can go there. You are now going to go there. And you are now going to go here. Looks like we're going to fight a battle in Armistivian. These horsemen are going to lose a couple men, or about 1,800 men, but do significantly more damage. They're going to be fine. I don't think anyone's going to challenge them. This army's going to win. We are basically just steamrolling through their armies at this point. They just lost 2,000 men. That's perfect. let us check out their manpower situation. Look, already, I mean, they have built a crazy amount of cohorts. 52 for just this small area. That's because they are that migratory tribe. So much of their manpower actually does not come from their manpower reserve pool. It comes from those tribes. So we do have to kind of watch out for that. That 727 is a little misleading, but either way, you can tell that we are decimating their population, at least their armies. Let's go ahead and move these men in here. Try to get them a quick victory. It's me 18,000 men against 25,000. I might... Let's actually just move these guys straight through. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and move these 10,000 men in, and you will just go there. Looks like we're going to win this. It's relatively even fighting. We're going to take some more slaves. I love how all of these are just going straight to Brandonimum. So, which means we are already going to have to build another aqueduct there. I'm actually going to build 2 aqueducts there because of all the slaves that we are pushing into that region. Let's check out our money situation. We're getting 40 gold per month. That is going to be great. Let's go ahead and continue blockading some ports. You are going to go there because I don't want you building heavy cavalry. And you are going to go here. And already we have 18 war score. And I bet they'd be willing to go ahead and peace out. Of course, we are going to want to siege down some forts first. Let's move this army in defense. Or just get it prepped. Nope, move it right in. Those horsemen should arrive very quickly. Oh, look, the leader of the 5th warband has gained a trait, gained the tactician trait. That is great. What's tactician do? It gives her a martial +1, and light infantry discipline's good. Same with archer discipline, so that's pretty good. We're going to move in as fast as we can. It does look like we're going to get there in time to save our army. Still, we took a lot of casualties there that we probably didn't want to take. Yeah, we took over 5,000 casualties. We are actually, and a lot of this is because we have focused on light infantry, just because basically the supply limit for all of these countries is so low, so we focused heavily on light infantry. It's cheaper, which means we can build more of them. Of course, we're not really worried about money situation right now. It is proving to be kind of a sticky subject, though, because our troops are not performing as well as I would like. Mostly because we're using light infantry, and I'm guessing that they are focusing a bit more on the heavier infantry, especially those heavy cavalry. I've seen a couple heavy cavalry regiments being built. Either way, with our martial advances, we are still doing just fine. And we are taking tons and tons of slaves and moving them towards the greater Albion region of Icenia. We're going to go ahead and start to siege down their province of Saxonia. I guess I really can't afford to move this army since there's only 1,000 of them and I don't want them to be stacked wiped. So right now, the 1st warband is unfortunately kind of linked to my main cavalry force. Let's go ahead and export some leather. That sounds good. And we'll export some salt as well. We are victorious again. We are victorious always. I think after this fight, though, I'm going to have to stop focusing as much on the heavy infantry, or on the light infantry, and instead think about getting some more heavier infantry, because it is proving to be difficult. I mean, I'm still winning, but I'm taking a lot more casualties than I would have liked. Of course, it's either I take casualties on the battlefield, or I take casualties while sieging down the provinces. Oh, who is this? She's the physician and sister. I could just have her flogged. I'll lose $50. I'm going to lose 50 bucks either way. Let's go ahead and just gain 10 popularity. Why not? That's going to help my legitimacy grow at least a little bit. 0.1 per month. Unfortunately, I am going to lose this. I'm going to go ahead and pull them back so that I don't just get like a shattered retreat all the way to the other side of France. And let's go ahead. I've done this quick expansion. I know that with an 11 aggressive expansion, I'm not going to be able to take all of the people I'm fighting. I mean, look at how many people I'm fighting right now. But let's go ahead and think about what I might want to take. For instance, if I were to just go ahead and take the regions that I already control. Now, they would not accept this. But that's going to give me 8 aggressive expansion. And honestly, that's about as much as I really want to take at this point. Mostly because I don't love the idea of having aggressive expansion. I know that 50 is that cutoff where, you know, you suffer severe penalties if you go above 50. But honestly, I want to keep it around 20 so that if I did find myself in a huge war or something, I could go ahead and just take a bunch of land and still not have to worry about that 50 threshold. Let's go ahead and move these armies. I'm just going to leave them there, have them siege down. That works. You need a new general. Let's put you there. Now our emperor is in charge, and he is going to go right there to start sieging. You're going to go here to start sieging. Justice is done. A debtor is imprisoned. What does that mean? Urca will acquire a gold array of 60 gold per year. So basically, she is a governor. She's going to be imprisoned until she can pay off her debts. Let's check out where she was the governor of, and instead put Cicero in charge. Cicero seems pretty good. His governor policy, though, is bleed them dry. That's not necessarily what I want, so I'm going to go ahead and change that to cultural assimilation. More and more Icenia pops. That's what we want. That's what we shall receive. I could have them. I'm not. I'm going to just keep my forces together, pull them back. You go here. Take more and more slaves. They are retreating. These two armies are just going to sit here for a little while as a main buffer. Because here they are. They definitely are going to want to attack. Hopefully I'll take some more slaves here, as I do. I sure do. I'm going to wait until this army is movement locked, then move these 12,000 men in as well. They are going to take some slaves. Let's go ahead and go here. So the general of the 3rd warband could gain 1,000 gold, or she could lose 20 loyalty, which she is pretty loyal at the moment, and she is gaining loyalty. I'm going to go ahead and have her lose some loyalty and me get some money. Money is good, after all. Money also means that I'm going to go ahead and just keep this colonization train moving. And just keep colonizing, because why not? I know I'm colonizing right into the land that, into these hostile countries, but it's gonna be okay. Let's see, which one do I want next? Probably you. And I'll probably only be able to colonize one more time before running out of cash. But there we go. Albion's looking pretty strong indeed. Oh, I got away from myself. I'm gonna go ahead and move these men in. That should just give us a little bit more help. In fact, we're gonna go ahead and win that battle anyway. They are movement locked in. They're gonna fight against 12,000 additional troops, but indeed they win almost immediately. So let's go ahead and move you to here, and we will... Ooh, it looks like they want to give chase to our army of 2,000. That's okay. I'm not worried. Even if this army gets stack wiped, I can build them again. Let us continue. This army will come. Now, they're going to take a ton of attrition here. Let's go ahead and just move these 6,000 that way. You are just going to sit there as long as they will let you. If you look at this, they are attacking. Hopefully we can get there in time. We're actually just going to lose all our men. Oh no, this is not good. In fact, we have lost this fight and had our commander captured. Our first horses have fallen. And indeed, while I'm still not necessarily worried about losing this war, we are taking a lot more casualties than I kind of predicted. And in fact, we're going to lose another battle. So this seems to be the hill. Lupia seems to be the hill that we are willing to die on. I don't necessarily know if I want to keep that trend going. They seem to have moved their entire force that was relieving the siege of Saxonia down towards Lupia to try to relieve that siege, and indeed it does look like they have been successful. I'm going to go ahead and just get out of dodge with the armies that I have remaining down here. And while Albion does continue to grow, I'm a little bit, I mean, I'm not worried about where we are. Like, look at how many manpower they have, but look at just the number of cohorts these people have. They only have 40, but they have 77. Let's check out some of the northern Jutland tribes. They have 46. Yeah, so it is, we are winning, but still, it is a bloodbath. I could pay to have my prisoners released from jail. I don't think I'm going to do that. Let's move you up here. They're going to go to there. That's going to be fine to let them kind of regroup. I could think about building a whole other army, and in fact, I think I'm going to. Let's build one archer for there, and then I'll move our armies to it. These migratory tribes, man. They certainly can just pump out a ton of cohorts, can't they? It's going to be okay. For the time being, I'm going to focus all my attention up into the north. Because I have a feeling that that is where they are going to come. Next, yeah, and indeed, all of those tribesmen look to be heading towards the northern expanses. We seem like we're going to handle these 15,000 men pretty easily. We're actually going to go ahead and move some additional troops in, and we might... Yeah, it looks like this might be a huge battle coming forward. We actually do go ahead and win the first bit of it, but look, they have 34,000 men coming. Let's go ahead and see if we can move all of our troops here. Oh, it's that 12 Marshal General that's really... Oh, and look, at 13 Marshal General. Well, this isn't good. You know what? Let's see. Will they go ahead and give me any land? They definitely don't want to do that. But if I... Alright, so they will give me some land. I'm probably going to lose this fight. Even with my marshal score where it is. Maybe I should just take the land and be happy with what I have. Or let's see how close I am to taking Saxonia. 35%. It could happen in the next siege check. Let's see what happens. I trust my soldiers. Oh, this was a bad decision. I have armies coming in, but they're not going to get there in time. This is going to be a horrendous defeat, and indeed we did lose. Which is going to hurt us even more because now, alright, let's go ahead. Will they take that piece? No, they won't. They would take this. We could gain just a little bit of territory. That's a shame. Can I take anything else? I can take that. No. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it just because they have actually, I think, not propelled my invasion. We did win the war. We are going to take some land, but it is not going to be as much land as we once hoped. These migratory tribes, they do have that ability to just keep pumping out soldiers and pump them out not from their manpower pool. So I'm not saying they have an unlimited source of manpower, because their manpower is definitely limited to some degree, but it is much more difficult for me to just like deplete them like I could, you know, another major country. Either way, I'm not too unhappy with what happened here. We have taken some territory. We're going to go ahead and march out. And of course, we've continued our colonization run, which is also very important for this playthrough because we are trying to cordon them off from the rest of Europe. We will one day own all of the Great White North. We just didn't get quite as much of it in this episode as we had hoped. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and say let's do a feast for Urca. Is this the one that we threw in jail? No. I'll do it. A feast for Urca. Let's check out any inventions. No, we still haven't even gotten any tech advances in quite some time, although we are working on getting another one in just about a year from now, and that's going to be very helpful. Hopefully we'll also be able to get some good inventions from that as well. Unfortunately, our armies are seemingly retreating from a defeat, although I'm going to say that they were less defeated and more mismanaged by me. Plus, they were just kind of overrun by hordes and hordes of men. We will have to do better next time, because I do anticipate there being a next time. I think I'm going to try to outfit some more of these armies with some... Probably, let's see, what would I think? I probably will have to bring heavy infantry from mainland Albion. That's going to do a lot of damage, but it's also going to take a ton of attrition. So we will have to see. I'm actually losing more food here. I'm going to go ahead and hit this button, the local import routes up. It's going to be fine. One thing that we did definitely do in that war is we took a ton of slaves and moved them back to our kind of homeland. Looks like our emperor could lose 15 popularity. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to rival. Well, I'll lose 10 popularity, but I'll just do that one. I don't really want to kill her yet. We'll go ahead and get some wood. That's fine. Or export some wood. That's fine. Let's check out our technology. We're getting 120 research points per month. That is awesome. Let us also consider... I don't necessarily want another... I'm going to go with a theater here. That theater should hopefully help me convert some of the just huge minority of people that we have here. I also might consider getting a temple because I now have some Tuistic religion group. And once my new import route finishes, I will import some more grain into the capital. Let's check it out here. I think here, look at all the slaves I have. In this case, I want pop promotion speed up. Let's go ahead and do that by 2. That will help us promote from tribesmen to freemen and citizens, as well as probably promote from slaves to freemen and citizens. Once again, we have just people wanting all of our grain. I'll do the wild game, though. I'll also do the precious metals. Let's check out our economy. Our economy looks really good, gaining 53 gold per month. That is fantastic. And unfortunately, man, we are... It's going to take us a little while to get up to that maximum manpower of 241,000. But we may need every single one of them to attack into these migratory tribal lands. Migratory tribes, they are no joke when it's talking about just the sheer amount of men that they can put out. Where we do have the significant advantage is in our tech, which we should actually get another tech in just a few months in October of this year. We're going to go to Military Advances 5. Before we go there, is there anything that I might want to buy in Military Advances? No. I think I might go ahead and get the army recovery, morale recovery up. That should be good. Decline the offer for grain. Gonna accept the offer for furs. All of that sounds good. Oh, looks like Carthaginians use a threat to gain some territory. Good for them, good for them. Maybe I could think about doing that. Especially, like, down here. Maybe the next place I should think about advancing is right along the northern coasts of France. Of course, that is going to put me at odds with the Romans. Of course, it's better if I can take the land before the Romans do. The Romans, fighting the Romans, I will definitely need some heavier infantry. We will have to work on that at least a little bit. Let's go ahead and colonize just a little bit more before I end the episode. Oh, and it looks like we have once again run into that issue where we have holdings here that are going to keep me from being able to push the colonization any farther, at least for now. Oh well. Let's look at the Simonians. Who are they allied with? They are only allied with the Eudosians, who are the people of Jutland. So I might actually think about bypassing some of this alliance just for now, especially while our truces tick down, and instead attack the Simonians. They do have 70 cohorts, but while they can just pump out the men, I also kind of can too. I mean, especially once my manpower ticks back up a little bit. I will have to wait a little while. They did kind of deplete me. I could get 791 gold. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I don't really care about the tribesmen moving away. That's just a ton of gold. I don't really want to miss out on it. In the meantime, I think I'm going to go ahead and build another... First of all, I'll go ahead and just import some more grain, this time from... Here, Sicambria. That seems like a fine place to do it from. Now I'm gaining food back again, and I'm going to go ahead and just recruit some... Just kind of a very standard army of 5 heavy infantry, 5 archers, and 5 mounted skirmishers. And then we do have a martial advancement that's going to help our morale of armies. That is awesome, of course. It is unfortunately going to increase our army maintenance costs, although we're not super worried about that. That siege engineers, naval supply lines, invention is going to be great. Same with monthly general loyalty. Starting experience is good as well. Let's go ahead and do national citizen output to help us tech up a little bit faster, plus to help us make a little bit more money. We are getting 54 gold per month though, so that's not too worrisome. We're getting 1,000 manpower per month, which is great. And look at that, 145 research points per month. I'll go ahead and hire a new researcher. I'll click on you. And I think that is where we are going to have to do it for today. Be sure you tune in next time as we continue to expand with Albion. Oh, and indeed we actually have a new religious advancement. I'll go ahead and pause it now. Tune in next time as we continue to expand with Albion. We are eventually probably going to have to come into contact with Rome and maybe even Carthage as we push into Gaul. We'll see what happens there. Looks like Getia is doing a decent job in the Thracian region. Thrace seems to be falling. It looks like they are completely occupied. Except for, yeah, just completely occupied by the Macedonians. So maybe Macedon is going to make a resurgence in this campaign. If they can take a bunch of Thracian land, they should be a pretty powerful force to be reckoned with, especially since Phrygia seems to have completely fallen apart. In the end, this is just a mix and mash of a bunch of puzzle pieces that were once the Seleucid Empire, then were briefly the Persian Empire. We'll see who the winner from all of this infighting will be. It may indeed be the Marians, who continue to push down into India, but also into Persia. We will have to see where it goes. Anyway, Albion did expand quite a bit. Unfortunately, it was not by conquest as much as by colonization this episode, but we will hope to remedy that in the future. I hope you're having a great day. Go ahead and hit that like button if you want. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow.